Hello, my name is Robert Brooks. The class is MDF5 or MDF1 1407, and this is my Project 3 video review for my project, and this is coming from my iPad here. I chose to do, or I did the, as required, did the 10 business locations and the all businesses map views. And the reason I chose Fitness Together, which I actually own Fitness Together Mint Hill, and that's why I did this. And maybe I can use it later on in an application. But these are 10, and it happened to work out perfectly because there's 10 Fitness Together locations in Charlotte. So these are our 10 different locations in Charlotte, North Carolina. So first I'll start by clicking on the cell and it launches, and you can see that's my current location. Now this isn't the first time I ran it on my iPad, but the first time it prompted me to, it asked me if it could use my location, the location services, and obviously I said yes. So that's the view. If you click on the pin, there it goes, Fitness Together Mint Hill. It also says it in the title label there. Here's Fitness Together Matthews, which is right down the street. Zooms in real nice to pretty close to the location. You know, I chose the zoom level because it kind of shows exactly where it is rather than the big picture. And it goes through, and there's, like I said, there's 10 locations on here, so it goes all the way down to Mooresville and Huntersville, which are way up on the north side of Charlotte. Here is my All Businesses tab right there. Whoops. There it is. That shows the 10 locations all around Charlotte. You'll notice, click on it. That's my current location. I'm at work right now, so. But here's Fitness Together Mint Hill, Fitness Together Matthews, Valentine, Waxhaw, and so forth. And all of them have their own label there. So as far as the application, that is pretty much it. Now for the code, I did a business data class, a custom data class for as an NS object, and I passed the properties. I created properties for an NS string, which is the name of the business, and then the location, which are the CLL location coordinate 2Ds. Going over to, and there's really nothing. I just synthesized the name, location, and coordinate. Going over to the view controller, here's the data for all the business classes for all the different Fitness Together business locations, studio locations. Here's my array for here's my business array, which takes all these objects and places them into an array. My table setup here, very similar to last week's project. Here's the go to table view, and I use the same segue to go to the table view. Created the business data class object called our property called current business, and did the array, set it to just like we did last week for the table. Now this is new right here. I used the same segue to pass the array of objects to my all business data view here. This is probably where I had the most problems, but solved it and it's working great. Basically I just passed the array to the all business detail view controller. So the property was business controller dot or business all business detail view controller dot business loc, and that equals business array. Now jumping over to the all business detail view controller. Didn't do anything in view did load, did everything in view did appear, set my coordinates, set up an array for NS mutable array, ran a for loop, made it for businessloc.count, which is the business array from the view controller, and set up the pins for the business, added the pin annotations to my map, and kind of messed with the colors and the call out info and stuff like that. And that is pretty much it for that. Now the table detail view controller is very similar, but instead of creating an array to display them, these were the single ones. So it would be the self.current business. I passed it as a object and a property. as headlined as right here, the current business property. And then set the name label text to current business, and the view will appear. Now, one thing I didn't show you was my header for the all business detail view controller. It has the property, the array, and it creates the business loc array, which is passed from the view controller.m, which is the business array. Same thing I used in the other map view. So as far as I definitely, as far as what I could do better, I definitely want to learn more about properties, or excuse me, just want to make it a little easier. Yeah, I had a hard time passing. The first one was pretty easy, the table view, because we did it last week, but I definitely, it ended up being pretty simple. But I would like to master passing, objects and properties from one to another. But I think I got a good handle on it now. Thank you, and I look forward to week 4. Thanks.